Have you noticed that most of us spend our time for the welfare of our ego, for our separated personal self? That is not the reality what we are. So we spend all our time for the fake, unreal you, and that keeps it separated. Yeah, most of us say, oh, I like to do this, today I will go there, and they make plans, and maybe this afternoon, oh, it's good weather, I will go there. They want to have good time, and in the evening they say, I had a good time, and they go sleep, and the next day it continues. So they keep on feeding the wrong self. So pity, so painful that they don't even know it. And when you are a good friend, then you see that, and you want to point them to it, that they do things like that they are not spending the time to discover the reality. Well, they get angry with you, they think you are a fool, and they leave you. And when you spend your time with your friends, and you help them to have a pretty time and a nice day, and well, then they are your real friends. Oh, you are nice, thank you, and we will see, and blah blah blah. That's what they want you to feed their ego. But as a matter of fact, you don't serve them. You serve the wrong master, let's say, the master of the ego. And they, as poor victims, are unaware. They like you because you keep them in the darkness. Well, then you are in the darkness yourself. I mean to say, when you wake up because of you suffered enough or whatever happened, the light starts to glow from the being the person to the real self, the reality that you are, that starts to grow. Then you like to help others to see that too, and they leave you. I had so many friends, and yeah, when I started to see the truth, and I wanted to talk about it, I wanted to share it. No, it doesn't work. So now there are no more friends anymore, and I'm very happy, because they just hold me back from my growth to what I am is. I am, the God is in everyone, but most of us don't know. So if you are aware what you are, then the reality in you will grow. It will go on. If you don't keep your mind on your person directed, and I will do this, and tomorrow I make plans, I will go there, I have a good time, but that's lost. That is lost time. It's lost energy. And you will, at the end of your life, you will leave everything behind. You lost every opportunity to grow to your reality, to the bliss that you are, and the ananda, the reality inside, the God inside. But you spoiled your life by feeding the ego. And then, huppakee, next round. But where will you come? In what circumstances will you live? Maybe in a poor country. Maybe you will be have a bad body, or whatever can happen. You will never know where you will have your next life. Maybe in a family that hates you, or you will be abused, or whatever. So better wake up now. But when you tell that to people, they say, oh, or they say you are crazy, or they just go, well, better go. That's what happens in the world. But everybody will wake up. As a matter of fact, you can See how close you came to the God, the reality inside you, by your amount of friends. Well, I like to be alone. I am best with myself. Most happy when no one comes at the door and no one calls for visit or so. It's funny, but even my own family. It's not nice to say that, but they always talk about I do this, I do that, I'm going there. So it's another level of life. And yeah, of course I'm interested in my own family, but I prefer being in this state of reality that I am. Being with God inside. Enjoying that real self and not the self which is an ego pointed fake self. If you are alone without anybody and you like it, congratulations, you have lost a lot of weight that took you down to earth. You are really close to God inside. Still on earth, but you are in the heaven. And when people disturb, well, God will take care of it. They will, or they will come often, or they will stay away. That depends on their level. If they have a big ego, they forget you very soon. I had a lot of friends, but they all gone. Good for me, and not good for them, because they are in their ego world, and I tried to point them to the reality, and they left. So they were not ready yet, but it's not my business. It's God in them who will prepare, because all is God in all levels of being. Have a good day, have a good God day. Have you noticed that every thought that rises in you takes your whole entity to that object of your mind? It goes without warning. It goes in sneaky. But you are lost when you don't see it. A small thing happens. Whatever thing it is, it takes you completely. It has the power over you. That's ego, that's mind. So many times it happens in the day. You are just sitting in peace, and someone outside in the street makes a lot of noise or shouts or so, and up again, your mind goes there, and your opinion is there. Wow. Why is it necessary to make that noise, or whatever, or something happened there, maybe I can help, or that's better. But anyway, you lost yourself in what happens. Not what happens, but your opinion about it. It enters your empty state. Wow. You must be so alert to notice that. The slightest movement, just a leaf on the tree in the wind, you look, or a shadow on the street passing by, you look. It takes your attention. It goes so sneaky, and it is not bad. It's not horrible, but you're it catches you and makes you a person. It makes you a separated person because you react. And you are not a zombie. You are not withdrawn in a samadhi state. You are a living being, but be aware. It is okay when it happens, but be aware that it happens. Then you stay in your real state. You see, you are in your silent peace, your real self, and you see yourself reacting on a sound and return. Or go do anything, but stay witness. Then no ego can find you, can take you away from your state of being. Everything can happen. Whatever passes, whatever comes, it's okay. But you stay the real self, the witness, observing. And that's where you need your attention, your consciousness must be directed not to the world only, because then there's no self anymore. It's all lost in the ego. But when you are alert that whatever happens takes you away, then slowly it will stop. Not the happenings, that goes on, but you are not drawn away from your reality anymore. Everything happens, you react or don't react, doesn't matter. You are not a zombie, you are not a dead corpus sitting on no, you are alive and you do whatever is needed or not, but you are aware that you do it. And this awareness is free of the doing. Immediately you feel the ocean of peace. You are free of doings, free of that world out there, that ego that wants to take you and imprison you. You see it and you learned not to go with it. You let it be. And then you are the winner, because you stay in your peace, in your silent awareness, and you see it all. Who cares? Let it be. It's God's work. God takes care of His world. And you can stay in His peace. You found His peace inside, and you can remain there. It makes you so happy. Thank you, life, to teach me that. To learn to stay with your real self. Thank you, God. Thank you, self. It's funny, then more and more you start to realize the reality of what is life. I used to have the idea in the mind, that you had to leave all this behind to be happy. Well, in a way it is true, but then the idea is that you have to leave all things behind to be happy. No, things are there, you cannot leave it behind, so you can feel even worse, because you are still there and you don't want to be here because you want to be happy. That's all idea. It's a wrong idea, but it helps you to see the reality. The only thing that is needed is to leave the idea of an opinion that you have about things. That's mind. Mind is an opinion. It's your ego state is separated from what is. Oh, it's like that, but I want it the other way. That's ego, that's opinion, and then you are unhappy. It's not because things are not as you want it, but because there is that opinion in you that needs to need to change that there. But it is just there, it is, allow it. You don't have to leave the world. to be happy. You have to leave your opinion about the world to be happy. That's the only thing makes you happy. Happiness is there, and it's covered by your opinion. You're wanting to have it different. Well, it's like it is, and when there is no opinion, or this is not good, or this is very good, or I want it that way, when that's gone, everything is as it is. And that's happiness. To realize the appearances of the existence, they are as they are. If you are not coming in between to change it, it's happiness that shows itself as empty existence of bliss. It is bliss showing itself, and it is empty of you wanting to change it, or not to have it like that, or to keep it, or to make it your property. It is empty of all that. It's not that there is nothing to see anymore. Well, of course, that is what is real being in the deep self. There is nothing to see, no imagination. But as long as you live in the body, accept it, accept what appears, and you will see, if you have no opinion to come in between and want it different, then this happiness is reached, and it is visible as all expressions of your happiness, of the God that you are. God has no opinion to change. Why should he? It is his expression of being God. And when you feel it that way, you reach the God that you are. And it is visible in all circumstances, because you don't want to change it. There's no ego, any opinion anymore. It is not filled up with your beingness. It is empty of you, and it is full of the self of you, the God that you are. Be happy. When you have learned to leave everything as it is, you are not formed anymore. So you don't need another life, because there is no form of you that can incarnate in another body form. You left your form behind while you accepted all as what it is. There is no special you that want it different. So that means you left. You lost your own form. So what can there be incarnating if you have no form left? It's so simple. The only thing that kept you in this world, in this life, in this body form, was your opinion about it. About yourself, about your form, about other people's forms, about things that appear. I don't like it that way. Well, that's what we live in our mind. The mind is the ego, and the ego is an opinion about not liking it and liking it. So it sees always two sides of that which has no side at all. All appears as it is in the light of your awareness. And when you don't have an opinion, it is empty awareness. So emptiness can never reincarnate. This is your last body form, because you have understood your reality. Your reality is empty. That's the greatest bliss you will ever experience. And you know what? It's not doomed to go in a body again for some years. It is eternal, this empty state. It is now already empty, but you didn't realize, so you went in a temporal form. But all the time, this emptiness, this eternal emptiness, is with you. And the body form can be forgotten. It was a tool to reach emptiness. And while you're still now here, your emptiness is here. And because it's empty, it enjoys all. Because it has no opinion to change it. There is no wanting to do something about it. And that's your bliss. That's eternal your being. Empty of you and full of you, of the self, the real self. Real self and the self mixed, they merged. Your body, your personal self is merged in the great realm of emptiness, blissful, eternal. Ah, my goodness. Wow. This is now what you are now here. You feel it? You feel the pounding of your heart, of happiness, of the bliss of your soul shining. There's no difference anymore between you and emptiness. Happy, happy, happy.